how to start your wedding and event business. I am Annette Nielsen. I have been in the industry for over 29 years, both in the Northwest and then down here in Southern California. I have planned weddings from start to finish, and I also have worked with event and companies where I've gone in and have restructured their event department. I've worked with facilities as well, where I am their event manager. What is nice about that is I know the whole realm of how to work in the wedding and event industry, which makes a tremendous difference. What inspired me to get started in the wedding and event industry is the passion of being able to help people create something uniquely theirs. I enjoy working with each client because they are each individual, and that's what this business is about, is a very personal business. And what makes me an expert? Well, in the last 29 years, I have planned, executed, and coordinated well over 2,000 events between weddings and other special events. And it is not what I do, it's who I am. And I absolutely love it and would not do anything else. So you want to start an event and wedding planning business. What are the first 3 things that you should do? Number 1, get educated. And Cal State San Marcos has a wonderful event planning program that makes a tremendous difference, that really gives you a step up in getting yourself into the event and wedding profession. Number 2, you want to make sure that you are getting into a mentoring program, internship. Get to work with a seasoned professional. You are that expert. If you do not know what you're talking about, the client will not be happy. So you need to get yourself educated, work with a professional. And again, the Cal State San Marcos program requires you to do both, which makes a tremendous difference, which puts you ahead of the rest. So many people do not take those steps. The other one is networking. So many people don't realize once you start a business, you've got to get yourself out there. So if you are not out there in your local networking groups that are in your industry, you are not connecting with your peers. Wedding professionals and event professionals refer other wedding and event professionals that they know on a personal level, that they know will take care of their clients. I want to go over real quick what the differences is between a facility coordinator and a professional planner. There's a lot of misconception of what a facility coordinator is. Everyone will say, oh, well, the facility is providing me a wedding planner. Facilities do not provide you with a wedding planner. A facility planner, as some of my fabulous facility people who I know over the years have said to me, what we are salespeople. Yes, we will help brides with a few little things, but our ultimate job is to make sure that that facility, everything that they've contracted that facility for, is taken care of. But it is not my job to make sure her vendors are there. It's not my job to put down on her favors or any added decorations. The facility is not responsible for the bride's or the client's personal things. That is where a personal planner comes in. And a personal planner's job is really, we are that liaisons between the facility and the bride and groom. We are also that liaisons between the vendors and that bride and groom. We are the person everyone goes to. If something goes wrong on a wedding day and they don't have a planner, who do they go to? They go to the bride or groom. When it's a wedding day and the planner is there, who do they go to? They go to the planner. I can't tell you how many times over the years there's been, and I can always guarantee brides there'll be glitches, but you will never know about it because that's what I'm there. I'm there to take care of those glitches. And so one of our biggest things a personal planner does is make sure that the bride, the groom, and their guests truly get to enjoy the day and they get to feel like a guest on their wedding day. Nothing is more rewarding to me than when my clients say to me, thank you, I got to enjoy every moment. That is what the true value of a wedding planner is, or an event planner is. Your guests don't have to worry about the details. They don't have to worry about the timing. Again, a facility coordinator, ultimately, if you're running behind, that's not their problem. What they're going to do is they're going to make sure that you're getting to the dinner time when you're supposed to, because ultimately that's what's important to them, is the food is being served when it's supposed to be served. Other than that, it's up to you on the rest of the timing. So how to start your business, how to start a wedding and event business. Number 1 is deciding what your business name is. So many people, that's a tough thing to decide. I have two different businesses. One is Temecula Valley Wedding Professionals and Events by Annette. Both of those business names are fictitious business names. What is a fictitious business name? It is a business name that does not have your last name in it. So if I had it as a Nielsen Wedding Professionals or Events by Annette Nielsen, then I would not need to get a DBA. And that is what you'll see next on there. After you see business name, there's then the DBA business name. That is your fictitious business name, doing business as. You cannot get a business license with, say, Events by Annette without having your DBA business license certificate first. You go to the county, you get your DBA, you take that certificate, you go then to the city that you're going to be opening your business. So in other words, my business address is where I get my city license. Then I go to the city and I go and get my city license. And then from there, I go and open a bank account. Because as a professional, it is very unprofessional to have your clients write you a check to you personally. You have to have it go to your business. What that states to them is you are not a professional business if it is not going to a business account. Next, after that, you need business insurance. I can't tell you how many people in the event industry do not realize how important having your business insurance is. Those errors and omissions, that liability insurance, that should always be the very next thing you do before you even open your door. And nowadays, facilities, because of how weddings and events are such a huge production, they do require most outside vendors to have $1 million policy. So that is very important to be able to provide them with that declaration page. After you get your business insurance, start thinking about your branding. Branding is so very important in this industry because it is your image. So when you create your brand, you're creating the look for your business cards, your website, your marketing, your social media, figuring out which social medias are right for you in that industry. Real big in the event industry is Pinterest because it's all about the photos. It's all visual, and it helps you to help your clients. So it's very important that you look at that branding, keep that consistent branding, because that's what gets them to know that it is you, whether it's a magazine ad, a website ad, a business card, a postcard. Keep that consistent look. Makes a tremendous difference. Next, join networking groups, local industry networking groups. Again, I can't stress enough how important that is in getting those connections with your peers and to get to know the facilities. That helps you build your business better than anything else. Not to mention, and when you are referred from another wedding or event professional, that is those golden referrals because you have already been endorsed to that client that you know what you're talking about. Now the different styles of event planning. This is something that all wedding and event planners have to think of. What is your style? When I talk to different young ladies and men starting in this industry, I get across the board. Some only want to do day of the event, some only full service, some only want to do event design. Know what your style is. Know what you want to market to the clients because it makes a tremendous difference, and know everything about what you're doing when you are planning to market that to the client. So there's the day of the event planning, month of planning, full service planning. You have off-site planning, and that is one that a lot of people don't know a lot about. Off-site planning is a whole nother beast because you don't have the back of the house. We're at a hotel. You have all of the housemen doing all the tables and chairs. You have the servers setting up all of the glassware, flatware, and china, the place settings. You have their full-on kitchen staff that's preparing all the food. On an off-site, you're at a property where there is nothing but the property. It's a clean slate. You have to bring everything in. If you don't know how to orchestrate that, it can all fall apart. So that you really need to be educated on those. Destination wedding planning is becoming bigger and bigger. We're in Temecula wine country. It is a big place to bring in people from out of the area. Event design, helping people create that image makes a tremendous difference. Taking their vision and turning it into reality. So know your style, know what is going to fit what your core values are of what you want your wedding business and event business to be. And that's when you'll find the right clients for you. Next, I feel it's so important for all people when they're starting any business is their code of ethics. To me, it is very important. My golden rules are honesty, integrity, and professionalism. Because when you stay consistent and true to your core values, you will get respect in your industry, and that business will come. And that, to me, is number one. And these questions that you see up here on the board are just some of the ones that I want you to ask yourself. What do I expect from others? You know, and what do I think is most important? When you're planning an event, what do you find is most important when you're hiring someone? What is also, how do you dress for success? To me, your first impression is everything. And when I meet with someone, you know, if they're dressed in jeans and a t-shirt, to me that says they're not professional. No matter if I'm going with a client to an off-site property where I know I should really have tennis shoes on because of the property, I'm going to dress professionally because it may be the first time I'm meeting them. Now, if I've met with them and we've gone through our process, then I know I can, on a property like that, dress in jeans and tennis shoes because we've already established that first meeting, that first impression. That makes all the difference in the world. I always say, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. I want people to treat me with honesty and professionalism, and that's how I treat others. That's very, very important. And so, again, think of what your code of ethics are, what you expect to do for your business, and implement that, and stay true to that. Business tools, over 25 years ago when I started in the industry and where they are today, are a tremendous difference. It is amazing all the added tools you have nowadays. But the one thing that I have to say that I feel is very missing is some of the newer ones coming in the industry don't realize how important that personal touch still is. Even though you have all these fabulous ways to communicate with that bride without picking up the phone, don't forget to pick up that phone and have those personal touches with your clients. Every so often, just drop a little note in the mail. People like that. That sets you apart from the rest. Those are just some of those simple things. Even though we have moved past that, we still have to think about that. There are some people in the industry who will only text and email. They will never pick up a phone. I feel you lose a lot of business by doing that. And then how to build your business. Get out there. People are not going to come, just because you hung up that shingle, they are not going to come knocking at your door. You have to go and get yourself out there. Join the Chamber of Commerce. Join other local networking groups. Get yourself out in front of people. Go knock on doors. I can't tell you over the years how many times I've gone and knocked on doors, and I've had doors shut in my face, but I'll go and knock on more because they won't know who I am if I'm not out there getting to them. They're not going to come to my door without me going and asking them to. And so now it begins the journey of planning your own wedding and event business, and I wish you a lot of success.